Welcome back to the channel. We're in the barn today because, well, it's well above zero and we've had rain and the snow hasn't melted completely, but yeah, so we've got slush and standing water and yeah, no mobility. So we're going to talk a bit about something a little different today, as you can tell from the title of the video. I want to talk about aging out of the economy. It's something that I knew theoretically existed, but I hadn't actually considered how much it impacts my life now that I'm over 60. The idea, as presented in the book Boom Buster Echo, is that when you are in your 20s to 40s, you're buying stuff. Most of your income goes straight to, getting an education, raising kids, that type of stuff. Between 40 and 60-ish, you're paying to have those kids go through university, paying off the house you bought, that type of stuff. And then when you go 60 to, whatever, you are downsizing your house, you're saving for retirement, that type of stuff. Anyway, now that I'm in that bracket, I find that my buying decisions are greatly altered, if not controlled, by life expectancy. And for me, my parents are in their 80s and 90s and still going strong, so I've got 20 or 30 years left ahead of me. But every time I look at buying something, I end up considering that life expectancy more than I would have thought. For instance, this log splitter that I've bought, it's slow. It could use a 2-stage pump, and you can buy one for, $200 to $300. But I'd have to upgrade the control valve with the auto kickoff, and it doesn't work well anyway, so it should be replaced. But they're, $100 or so. So, $300 to $400 to upgrade the log splitter to make it faster. I don't need it to go faster. It's fine the way it is. It's not like I'm doing a production log splitting job. I'm just splitting wood for the winter. So do I need to upgrade that? I don't know. Is it worth $300 to $400 to make it faster? Probably not. I have another one behind it. Don't know if you can see it. It has the same problem. It could use a faster pump and a new control valve. But I don't need 2 log splitters. I could sell one. They're $800 used on Kijiji, or Facebook Marketplace as you Americans call it. But, selling one to pay for the other doesn't make a lot of sense, because I could sell both of them and buy a brand new one. But I don't need a brand new one. I've got a perfectly fine one. I've got 2 perfectly fine ones. If I was 40, yeah, I might go out and buy the new one, because I've got life expectancy to recoup that money. I don't know. It's things like that. I could use a lathe motor. My lathe that I have, the metal lathe, it doesn't have a lot of torque when you get larger diameters. It's a 9-inch lathe, and if you're cutting something that's 7 or 8 inches in diameter, it doesn't have a lot of horsepower. I think it's got a 1/3 motor on it, 1/3 horse motor. I can buy a new motor, a 1-horse motor, for $200 to $300. But I'd have to get a switch, and they're another $100, $50 to $100. Again, $300, $400, somewhere in that range to upgrade the lathe. I use it maybe 4 or 5 times a year. I'm going to have it for, you know, probably 75 or 80 before I sell it. So 20 years, maybe 30 if I'm lucky. Is it worth $300 for 30 years, 5 times a year? Probably not. It's fine the way it is. I can live with it. Maybe I'll find a used motor. Who knows? You know, it's things like that. I have a chainsaw helmet. The visor folds down on it. Won't stay up, it flops down. Other than that, it's perfectly serviceable. It's in the right position when you're cutting. So, you know, they're $50. Do I need another one? I use it 3 months of the year. But the one I have is fine. Do I need another one? What would I do with the one I have? You know, that's the type of thing that I think about. You know, I could use a second camera. I've got a second camera. My second camera. But it needs a battery. It's not a high-end camera. It's a 720 resolution camera. So not in what they call HD. But it needs a battery. It's a $20 battery on a $20 camera. Do I want to do that? I only use it for making YouTube videos. They don't pay anything, so why would I spend money on something that's not paying anything? You know, that type of thing. If I had a longer lifespan, I'd go out and buy an HD camera, a second HD camera. But I've got 20 years left, maybe 30 years. I don't see me making videos when I'm in my 90s, so, and by then the 1080p cameras wouldn't be worth anything anyways. So spending $20 on a battery that's going to be, what, time expired in 2 years? Doesn't seem worthwhile. You know, it's decisions like that, that as you age, you don't expect to find yourself making. And I find myself making that decision at every turn. I mean, a $20 battery, and I'm considering life expectancy on it. I don't know. It just seems like a bizarre mindset, but it's a mindset that I have. I have some chains that I bought, chainsaw chains. Got them from Home Depot. They're a weird size. They were $5 a chain. They're halfway between what I need for a 16 and an 18-inch bar. I have a chain breaker and a chain repairer for chainsaws, but I'd need the links for putting them back together. And they're $1 or $2 a link, and I'd need 2 links. So it's a $10 chain. They're cheap. But do I need another chain? Probably not. I've got them. Someday I'll buy them, or fix them, I mean. But yeah, it just, that $2 link, if I can find them. It's just, I struggle with this decision and this mindset of the 20-year limit on stuff that I buy. And it's weird, because when I was 40, if I figured that tool's only going to last me 5 or 6 years, I would have and bought it anyway. But now, these log splitters and the helmet and the batteries and the motor, I don't know. How do you get over this? If you're over 60, how do you get past this? Did you find this problem? I mean, I'm retired. I have a decent savings. It's not like $400 is going to break me. I could do it. I could buy them all, and I wouldn't notice. But I don't need them all. None of them I need. I have good enough. I don't know. I don't know. What do you do? What are your thoughts on this subject of aging out of the economy? Have you aged out? Have you stopped buying stuff just because life expectancy? Or how'd you get by it? Anyway, let me know in the comments below if you've watched this far anyway. We'll talk to you later. Bye.